Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome back to World of Warships with the continuation of our new player guide series. But I'm also being a little cheeky in having this as a versus match between myself, the Des Moines, and the CV player in the Sakiryu. That's how I'm going to pronounce that CV at least. Our CV player is very unhappy when he looks at the stats of either team, so he's going to be complaining for a bit. But what I want to talk about today is when you're cruiser playing or you're playing high tier matchmaking, how do you deal with a CV player who decides to just focus you down, right? When I've talked about Des Moines, and I can throw some videos up of Des Moines towards the end of this video if you are interested in checking out more of my playing in Des Moines, is marrying the island. You want to be able to get yourself positioned in a really good place where you're able to help support your team. So for myself, I want to move up and I want to support this cap with radar coverage, okay? But that's going to be very difficult for me because the carrier player is going to decide to focus me, which you can see I'm already looking to see what he's up to, and I decided to nose in a little bit, but he's going for the Tashkent. And because of carrier presence, I normally like to actually push up on C and sit there. Not always, but most of the time. But because of a carrier being present, I make the decision I can't play as close. We're just going to move to this island. I'm going to put it on my left side and see if I can't help support my Tashkent, okay? But this CV player is going to make life very difficult for me. I'm going to throw my build up on the screen so you can see what I'm running here on Des Moines. I'm running with Halsey. I don't have a full AA build on Halsey or on my modules. My build focuses on supporting my team with not a ton of emphasis on there being a possible CV carrier. I'll go ahead and throw on the side of the screen what I'm running, the AA defense that I had in this video. And then if I had taken the AA combat signal, which I really wish I would have, it would have bumped my AA rating from 84 to 86. And here it is. You can see what that looks like. So we'll get a little more buff to our continuous damage and our damage by shell explosions. But this is what I'm running here with Des Moines with Halsey as far as my build. So I'm wondering, okay, the CV's focusing me. I can't stay here. So when you're a cruiser player and you have a CV that's focusing this flank, I mean, he spawned on this flank, it immediately becomes, okay, I can't sit here because the Sakiryu is a new Japanese super ship that's currently in testing. But the Japanese have very good dive bombers, which you're going to see an example of coming here. So if I just sit there, I'm a very easy target for him to deal with. So I have my priority sector up. The last thing you want to be doing is showing, I'd rather be broadside to his incoming salvo, but there's a St. Vincent, there's a Yoshino who could smash me, and I go ahead and decide to take the risk to turn out a little bit, and smashed for 20,400. So terrible. Heals on coming off cooldown. We get smashed by the St. Vincent, so that's why I was really not wanting to do that. And then we're going to shoot down his planes just as he comes down. Okay, now I ran a stopwatch to see how long it takes for him after this strike to come at me with the super fast rocket strike. And it's only going to take him 24 seconds to get back to me in an attack run, okay? So I'm like, I'm dead, like this is just bad. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Of course I'm going to keep trying. But when you're dealing with rocket planes, what you want to do is you want to present as smallest target as possible. So I'm going to kind of angle and nose away. I want his smallest profile, but he shoots over. I killed part of my throttle there too, so that helped. And then he's going to bring his torpedo bombers, which are going to take, I think, like 35, maybe 40 seconds, the fast ones to get here. So this is definitely much a challenge. So when you're playing a cruiser at the high tier and the CV just decides to focus you, you have to switch your mindset. So my mindset switches from, okay, I'm a cruiser, I have radar, I have built-into consumables to support my team, I want to focus on helping support my team at this cap, this contested area. So my mindset immediately begins to shift to, okay, CV's focusing me. I can't stay here. I have to run, use my priority A sector, use my mobility, so on and so forth. Now, this is important to note. When you have torpedoes, planes coming at you, this is exactly what you want to do. You're going to see me do this 2 more times. You're going to cut the throttle, and you're going to turn out, okay? So I'm pretty sure I'll have to look next time. I can't remember if it's you turn out, then cut the throttle, is what I'm thinking, but I'll focus on this next time. It's muscle memory. I don't remember. And that's how you avoid the torpedoes from CVs, okay? So I am forced that I have to fall back with my team to help get AA coverage, and basically I'm out of the fight. I had the CV, of course, who's continuing to focus me. And I think it might have been cheeky. You might have saw me actually report him. And just because he's focusing me, I'm like, okay, that's your expense. You're going to lose a karma point for focusing me. Although KSE is a really good clan. I think they have pretty good guys over there. I don't know them. But he's one of the testers, right? They do good stuff in King of Seas tournaments, and they're a joy to watch, in my opinion. So I'm getting focused. So that means I have to fall back behind the Montana. I have to fall back here behind my clanmate Doom, who is pink because of Wargaming servers. There's been a whole bunch of new bugs in this new patch, and basically they kicked him out from being able to ever log into a match, and that's how he's pink. Anywho, so I'm having to fall back. Thunder has good AA and actually even has defensive AA. So I'm having to chill back here. And one of the frustrating things is when you're in this type of situation is you want to be able to be, I mean, I would love to be shooting enemy ships right now, but of course they're too far away. And there's a CV focusing me. My health is low, can't do a whole lot. So this is just not a good scenario for myself in the sense that, yeah, we've only done 4,000 damage. Now I'm going to have to turn out again because the CV is coming back with his rocket planes, and I'm not really sure who he's going for. So we're going to turn out, and we're going to move away again. So we're just keeping our eye on him constantly. So I'm making sure I'm not losing the visual of him because he's going wide. He could act like he's going for the Montana, okay? Or he could decide, nope, I'm going to shoot the Des Moines, and be quite cheeky in that sense. So we don't trust him. You don't trust a carrier player. You don't even trust carrier players on your own team, okay? That's just how it works. So know when you're this type of radar cruiser, maybe even if you're a Moskva, you're a Salem, you're a Worcester, you're a Minotaur, you want to play around the cap objective. When the CV decides to focus you as a high tier cruiser player, you have to switch your mindset from being that supportive player on your flank to, okay, I have to drop back. We're going to have to let the enemy team push into us. I'm going to have to play close to my battleships, hoping that their A will help me out. And in this match, it works out rather well because our team has been doing a fantastic job on the A flank and pushing up, taking control of Bravo, while their CV has been steadily, continuously focusing on this flank here at C. So our team is in a very good position, and I even comment on that chat. You know, when you have 2 caps and you have the points lead, you don't have to push in. You can just keep letting the enemy team make all the mistakes, and that's how it rolls. Or they have to push into you, because when an enemy team has to push into a defensive position, they lose the advantage. Here we have the advantage because it's up to them to make the play. It's up to them to make something happen here. So CV players coming back in. So I'm turning out already. So this isn't a more straightforward cut. And we're going to kill the throttle before the torpedoes even hit the water. So again, they're just going to slide right on past us. And he's going to do it one more time, and we'll take a closer look at how that looks again. So I really want to get this Yoshino, get rid of him to support our Tashkent, because our Tashkent is going to have, I think he has a pretty good game here, pretty good player. Or he has a good game in general. I don't remember if he was actually a good player or not. But he's making things happen. Now, CV players are very cheeky about this. He's coming at me with the rocket planes, I'm actually pointing out on the screen, where they will come over an island to drop you, to catch you off guard. So you have to be having a lot of key map awareness. So we turned out there, try to present as small as target as possible, but there's only so much we can do. So a well-versed intermediate level player is constantly looking at the minimap. So even though I'm not close enough to be shooting anyone, I'm looking down at the minimap on the right hand, seeing what's happening. He's coming back with torpedoes, and so I'm like, okay, I can't turn in. He's still focusing me. I'm pretty sure one of the things is, there are two things. He probably wants to kill me, so it helps his team get a little more points. We lose some more points. The other is, I think he has a personal vendetta that he just wants to get me killed because he's wasted over 30 planes on me at this point. Okay, so we're already turning out. We kill the throttle. He's going to drop. Torpedoes are going to harmlessly go by. So that's what you do when you're dealing with a CV. So at this point, I'm kind of laughing how much he's focusing on me, and he's not really been, in my mind, helping his team per se. So I taunt him, but I'm just kind of having a funny joust. I don't mean it in like a very mean or very rude way. So I'm going to poke at him a little bit, if you will. And I'm doing that too because I actually want him to come back and try to attack me again. Because I'm having pretty much fun. I've got nothing else to do. I don't have any targets to shoot at. It's just me and the CV. So I am what the CV wants. He desires to kill me. So we're going to see how this works out for him. So again, he's bringing rocket planes in. So we want to be presenting as small as target as possible. He might try to go wide to the right, because a CV player who's experienced, and I'm pretty sure this guy's experienced, is that they want to get your side. Now watch here. So I'm going at an angle, and then I kind of do this drift right as he's getting ready, right before the strike happens. Because sometimes when you're moving along, when you kick your rudder shift over, you can kind of do this drift, and sometimes you can even completely drift out of the strike. Here I'm pretty much dead center in it, but we're still alive. So that works out, but if we had been very wide in that, presenting a larger profile, that one I've gone over very well for us. We lost more damage. So I'm making some Monty Python references in the chat as well. So they're about to win. They really need to kill to help buy them some time. The Kremlin's low, so again, we're looking at the minimap. He's bringing the super fast CV plane, so he was just attacking us, and 20 seconds later, he's back again, ready to strike. I'm moving in towards the island, because sometimes that can make it very difficult for a CV player to try to dump rockets on you when you're really close to islands. So that's how I recommend dealing with a CV player who's focusing on you, things that you can use. This is Des Moines versus the Super CV. I also meant to throw up if you're going for an AA build, I'll throw it up on the right screen here, the right side of the screen, so you can see what a full Des Moines AA build looks like. This is using the wild ship fitting tools if you're interested in that. But even if you kill planes, and we did like 14,000 damage, we still scored mid-range on our team. And you can see we took a good majority of the CV focus off the rest of our team. I mean, our Montana, he struck a couple times. But we pulled the attention to the CV away, so I don't mind, because I'm more, I would consider myself a more experienced player in dealing with CVs. But it helps when you're in a ship, something like Des Moines, Minotaur, Worcester, Salem, even Moscow, to an extent where you can kind of better handle yourself with these high tier CV players where, you know, in a battleship, there's only so much you can do. And this is what it looks like with premium accounts. So that's my input when having to deal with high tier CVs who decide to focus you down. This isn't my first time. I've had this happen to me multiple times. I have even some other video footage sitting in stock that I could use of dealing with the tier 10, was it the Richtofen? And also what really helps here with Des Moines or even Minotaur, but specifically Des Moines, is I run the legendary module in the 6 slot unique upgrade of the enhanced propulsion plant. So that means on top of the fourth slot where I run propulsion modification there, I'm able to maneuver and accelerate, deaccelerate quicker, well, at least accelerate much quicker than just standard without it. So that really helps me here when I'm dealing with CVs. And Minotaur has enhanced propulsion built in and has stellar AA as well. So yeah. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.